Hi, welcome to gMAT Tuesdays. It's wintertime and cold. Trying to get all cozy. How you doing? Good. Let me put down my hot cocoa and we can talk about how to be efficient on the critical reasoning questions on the gMAT. So to be efficient, there's two things that you need to do. One, know your job. Two, know what to look for. If you can do these two things, I guarantee you'll save a lot of time on critical reasoning. These problems can be kind of tough for people. They're not things that you've seen before a lot of times. You're dealing with arguments, which might be new. And sometimes you just feel kind of lost. You're not sure what even you're doing that's wrong or what you're doing that's right. And so use this as kind of a high-level guide. There's definitely a lot more detail here, but if you can kind of like break up your approach in these two parts, you're going to get better with critical reasoning, I guarantee, and you'll be more efficient. First thing, know your job. So you need to know what the question types are within critical reasoning. There's 8 of them. You can see them here. You weaken the argument or find a flaw, strengthen the argument, find the assumption, draw an inference or conclusion, structure of the argument. So these are like boldface questions or like the dialogue questions or passages, excuse me. A paradox question. We have to sort of resolve the paradox, evaluate the conclusion, and then complete the argument. So you really should be able to read a question and almost instantaneously know which one of these you're being asked to do. Once you have that nailed, then what you do becomes a lot easier because you do different things for these different types of question types, which is what we have over here. Know what to look for. So for questions numbers 1 through 3, so not questions, but question types, so weaken, strengthen, and find the assumption, this is about 3/4 of the questions that you see on the test. Your critical reasoning questions, a big chunk of them will be these 3, and then the rest will be these. And so with these 3, what you should do is find an assumption. That's it. The best way to weaken an argument and identify a flaw is to find an assumption and point it out. To strengthen an argument, the best thing is to find an assumption and add it to the argument. And then it's no longer as weak as it was. You are adding strength to it. And then finding the assumption. Well, find an assumption, find an assumption. You just do that and you're done. For these last question types, it's not as straightforward. But you can still do things that will prepare you to succeed. And that's put things into your own words. Put the argument, put the paragraph into your own words. And to do that, ask yourself some questions. So ask yourself, what is the structure of the paragraph that I'm reading? What is the structure of the argument? Break it down into its main pieces. So identify premises, identify conclusion. Another thing that you should ask yourself is, what is the paradox that needs to be resolved? So when you're dealing with this type of question, sometimes it can be confusing to figure out what exactly you're trying to resolve. And so find those 2 conflicting pieces of information, and that's what you're trying to resolve. And put it into your own words. That's the key, because then you're really internalizing what you've been given. Finally, the third thing you can do is think about, what information do we need to evaluate the conclusion? What is lacking from this argument that would help us to understand if the conclusion is actually true or not? So in this, you're kind of like a detective and thinking about what more information should be added to make it more valid or to make it more believable. So 2 steps: know your job and know what to look for. At a very high level, again, these are the things that you should be doing that will make you more efficient within the critical reasoning questions. So, be excellent to the universe. Stay warm and cozy out there. It might be snowing soon. Bye.